Welcome to Talk to Me. I'm Esther Mills. Our guest is Francisco Casado. Francisco is the founder and CEO of HP Sports and High Performance Volleyball Academy. How did you become involved in volleyball?
Well, I started playing volleyball in younger years, between middle school and high school, but I went to college to participate at the track and field team, a scholarship for track and field. But my father was a Hall of Famer for the sport of track and field for Puerto Rico, decathlon. He went to London.
He was
the
a
first
decathlete.
Yeah, he went to London in 1948, and he was the first athlete to ever wear the shirt of the uniforms of a Puerto Rican team on the Olympic Games, which is funny because Puerto Rico is part of the United States. And back in those days, when my father went to compete in Guatemala 2 years earlier, 1946, he got gold in the decathlon. He shows up in London, and the United States says, hold on a second, you can't participate here because this is an international stage, and you guys belong to the United States. So my father went down, grabbed his medals, and says, you didn't complain on the international stage of Guatemala, so what's the deal? There was a big issue created at London, and then all the nations that were part of the Olympic Committee gathered together, they vote, and there was a tie to allow Puerto Rico to participate or not to participate. But a nation changed his mind. Picture or try to guess which nation was. France. France allowed Puerto Rico to have the first national Olympic program ever in the history. So being the son of that guy, going to college, everybody wants me to be like him. You want to be like your dad. You have to put those numbers. I couldn't make the numbers, so I went to my AD, took my sneakers off, and tell him if I cannot be myself, I don't want to be anybody. So I put the sneakers on his office, walked out, and the coach for the volleyball team saw me and told me, hey, I want you on my team.
Tell us how volleyball started. What's the story or the history behind the first volleyball game?
Yeah, well, in 1895, if you put your attention to the picture of the gentleman here, his name is William G. Morgan. Back in 1895, he was a member of the YMCA, and he was getting tired of being pushed around by the big, tall, strong basketball players. So he, sitting on a corner, he looked at a tennis court, then he looked at the basketball court, and then he just clicked. He raised the net, grabbed the basketball, ripped off the leather, and took the liner inside, and that was the first volleyball playing. And the first game was played that year in Holyoke, Massachusetts, YMCA building in the United States. That's where the game was invented, and that's invented by this gentleman here.
And how did they get the name volleyball?
Oh, well, William, he named the game Mintonnet, M-I-N-T-T-O-N-N-E-T-T-E. So picture a kid, 6 years old, trying to say that word. So a friend told him, why do you want to call it that? Look at the people. They looks like they're volleying the ball. And they changed a few months after they invented the game from Mintonnet to volleyball. That's what that's where the name, the game was invented, and that's who invented, and the place was the United States of America.
You are the women's volleyball coach at Georgian Court University?
Georgian Court University in Lakewood, yes.
And prior to you becoming the coach, they were not a winning team, correct?
Yes, they became.
This is a Division II school.
This is an NCAA Division II program. They were part of the different conference, the ECAC,
and
the
yes. IC4.
And then they moved into the CACC, which is the Central Atlantic Collegiate Conference division of Division II of the NCAA Northeast of the United States. I was part of a program in the Keystone region, the Keystone Region Volleyball Association, which is one of the branches of the USA Volleyball Association that hosts tournaments for kids. And since I have 4 kids of my own, and when we moved from Puerto Rico to Bricktown, New Jersey, there was no volleyball. My daughter told me, Daddy, are we still on Earth? when I asked her, honey, why you say that? Because there's no volleyball anywhere. There's no volleyball. There's no volleyball in high school, no volleyball in grammar school, high school, anywhere. I did my research. My children saw me growing up in playing the game. So
And this is in the United States, no
this
volleyball.
is right here in Bricktown, New Jersey. And I was coaching out of Cherry Hill into KRBA, Volleyball Association. And we were a very successful program. And I guess I got the attention of Laura Lisman, which is the athletic director of Georgia University, and she granted me an interview. And I went there, took the first team on the court, teach them how to play the game based on my instructions, my experience. So we went in there with the system that we were using at different clubs and at different programs. They took it and they make it happen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, these ladies that I got on my first team and second team. Not really, not really. You see, in our experience with kids and in our experience with athletes, there are two kinds of athletes: the ones that lead and the ones that follow. In sports, like in many things in life, you have the chance to see teams doing good or doing bad. When the team is doing great, that team is awesome. But when the team is in a bad shape, the coach thinks. So because of that, if I'm going to take the fall, they have to play my system.
Tell us about your sports facility, because it's the biggest or the largest sports facility for volleyball players, and I guess you do basketball clinics there also in the Northeast region. Tell us about that.
We decided to give every kid the chance to play on our program. And from the Jersey Shore, that was put together by many of my friends on the volleyball community that we were developing in the area of Ocean and Monmouth County, the club grew. And one day I found some friends of mine, Ron and Kira and Sangeeta, that saw the idea and told me, listen, we see what you guys are doing. We know that your idea is going to reach a lot of kids and it's going to do a lot of good for the community. I think that what you guys need is space. We did the research on the needs for the kids and the community. They did the research for the needs of the entire area. And what is needed was space. So they put together 130,000 square foot facility. And we put the best floors that we can get, because our kids are our jewels, are our athletes. So we offer them the best flooring possible so they don't get injured and they can play to the top of their level of the skill. So it was a combined effort of community leaders and investors that saw the idea that we were putting together and follow the trajectory of what we're doing as a program. I mean, we took a program that was dead last at the NCAA, boom, we put it all the way up. We took a Jersey Shore Volleyball Club that was a bunch of kids that they were, don't have any opportunities. Boom, we have kids that started with us at Jersey Shore Volleyball Club in colleges like MIT University, Georgian Court University, Ramapo, different universities in the area. Rutgers, California, different universities that came through our programs and are now playing at the NCAA with scholarship. So they saw that we are offering not only a recreational moment for somebody, it is a way of life. It is a path. It is an opportunity for you as a father or mother or a parent of a kid that perhaps doesn't have any directions to go there, and you can join our program. And like you said, we not only are offering volleyball, but now we're entering into basketball, tennis, futsal, which is football, salon, which is indoor soccer, and now we're also introducing Muay Thai or mixed martial arts.
Wow, you're covering a whole spectrum of things. How big is the facility?
The facility is a 130,000 square foot building. It has 3 big rooms, and it has so much space that every coach in the area that have ideas and can see and have the real heart for kids and the development of the total complete development of an athlete has space in our facility.